Uh, I hope that you got the topic of tonight. We're coming a little bit back to
parenting,
to kids. We left it for a while, so we have to go back to it. So as you remember, we left off a while ago that the child actually don't want to follow the rules. Why not? Because he's Air Pere. You know what Air Pere means? Air Pere means a wild donkey. That's a child. Now, so that's why maybe it doesn't sound right, but sometimes we have to implement or to force him even. They have to accept the authority, and even though the child don't understand why, but this is it. I know every time that we're saying forcing, it give us the chills. And if you remember, we spoke about when a person don't want to give a get to his wife, so we're forcing him with it, but he's not doing it from his own will. So the Rambam says, no, Be'emet, deep down, he wants, but only the Yetzer Hara don't let him do the right thing, but inside he's still a Jew and he wants to do it. Same thing is the child. Be'emet, the child want to do, but since he's one piece of Yetzer Hara, right? So we have a job to do. We have to implement the rules and the boundaries because we believe that he has the kochot. After all, he is a Jew and inside he wants to be good. Every child wants to be good. And if we show him all the things that I spoke about, the love and the patience and so on, but you have to do it. And you have to understand that the child also have one piece of Hashem also. He has a neshama. So Mimele, he wants to be good after all what you see. He still has portion of Hashem inside of him. So this will help the parents to deal with the resistance of the children to get a chinuch. You have to understand that your son, child, boy, girl, stubborn, or don't want to listen. This is only from the outside, but from the inside, Be'emet, he wants. So we have to implement our authority as we know that inside you want it. And so here comes the authority, and you have to listen to us. Where do we see in the Gemara that Hashem forced things on us?
The Torah, Rav, by Har Sinai.
Yes. Kafa alem arki gigit. Hashem by forced them. He told them, either you're going to accept it, or over there you're going to be buried. And today we're saying what? Don't force anybody. By force is not going to go. So something over here is contradicting. Hashem forced us with the Torah. And now we're saying, Chas v'shalom, to force the religion, oy vavoy. You cannot force with love. But don't forget, we came out of Egypt. So we didn't know what's in the Torah. We didn't know how good it is. So Hashem says, you know what? You have no choice. I know that at the end, you're going to like it very much. Yeah? Could you imagine ourselves without a Torah now?
No.
No. No. So here is the answer. So sometimes the child don't know that it's for his own good. So with a smile on our face, no screaming and shouting, patiently I say, Habibi, you have to listen. But I don't want to, Baba. Habibi, you have to listen. It's not going to help you. Huh? Good. Did you see once how the building, a building? A construction site.
Yes.
Pour the cement first. Dig down deep, very deep. The bigger the building, the deeper they dig.
First of all, they put in fence, right?
Yes.
Put in fence. And they put a sign outside.
Caution.
Caution, it's building over here. Why? Because there is trash and there is garbage. This is part of the building, you know. When you're building a person, also sometimes there is a trash that's piling up, which is fights, arguments, anger, you crying. That's the garbage part. This is part of the building. Can we understand this? Can we understand this? That's to build a building, sometimes you have also garbage. What can we do? What can we do? But because when you're putting boundaries to the child and you tell them this boundary you're not going to cross, and you don't want to fulfill his wishes, what he wants, that you know that is not good for him. So the child feel hurt. It's painful for him. Why are they saying no to me? He feels that he is losing something. Therefore, the child, he has to deal with that like we lost, chas v'shalom, a relative. When we're saying no to a child, I'm not going to buy you a bicycle because I don't want you to ride outside. It's dangerous. And the child said, now I feel that he lost a bicycle. And don't forget, he is a child. For him, in his mind, it's like we felt so much pain that we lost somebody. He will be angry. And he will be bitter. and he will throw words at you. It's natural. It's natural. We know that. So now our sages are saying when your friend is upset, אל תרצה את חברך בשעת כעסו, means when your friend is angry, don't try to counter him. תשמע, listen, he will not listen to you. Let him calm down. Then you can talk to him. Or you cannot comfort a person when the dead body is still not buried. All the comforts will not help you because he's still in the pain. At a time of anger, leave the child alone. Don't try to do anything now because nothing will register. So if you don't want to buy him something that you feel that is not good for him, let him deal with his pain and sorrow. Don't say, why do you behave like that? Why are you acting up? Can you tell a person that lost somebody, why you acting like that?
No.
No. The child feel he lost a bicycle. He lost a bicycle. So now it's the time for the parents to tell him, why are you behaving like that? Of course he's upset. Let him cool off. Now, when you're working on a building and you have a garbage, are you going to stop there until they're going to take the garbage out, or you continue to work?
Continue to work.
So why are we stopping everything and we're saying to the child, what is this? Why there's a garbage over here? Why you angry? Why you this? Leave it alone. Continue with your work. Continue. So, a wise parent, what he will do? If you get angry at them, you're not going to accomplish anything. What you'll do? Calmly, you wipe the tears, and you don't relate בכלל to the anger and to the bitterness. Meaning, don't criticize. Why are you behaving like that? What's the matter with you? You know how many kids don't have the bicycle? Shame on you. Who needs it? Who needs it? Instead, if you love your child and say, I understand, it's difficult, I understand. Okay, you want it, it's okay. It's okay. It's much better to do that. Much, much better. Now tell me the truth. How many times you get angry? Anybody home?
Yes, Rav. Pretty.
All the time we get angry.
At the older
of the
children,
time.
Rabbi, not at the younger children.
I think I'm more patient with the younger children, but get more upset at the older children. I expect more of the older ones.
Agreed.
Okay. We'll get to it soon. Bezat Hashem. The older one is an outcome when they were young. We didn't set up the right boundaries.
Rav, when you mean young, is that before bar and bat mitzvah?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
always. So now, to set up boundaries and borders, this is good for the immune system of the chinuch. You're immuning the child. It's a long process. It's not overnight, forget it. It's a long process. And it's everyday challenge. You have to be ready for that. It's going to be everyday challenge. If it's the time to go to sleep or to fix the room, clean language, and proper behavior toward their brothers or friends. These small battles that we have, these are the ones that building the child, building the derech eretz. You cannot give it up because the child has a terrible reactions to all this. His child will react according to his character, but you will not budging. Because otherwise you're leaving your child with no immune system. Who wants to leave the child without immune?
No one. Yeah.
By giving into the child, you're taking away his immune system. A child, does he know that for every action there is an outcome?
No, I don't think they think that far.
When your baby is crying, why is he crying?
To get, yes. Okay, now I understand. Yes. He knows that if he cries, mommy will come.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is the time to start to teach the child that not whatever you want, you're going to get. When the child wants something, you have to start to teach him slowly, not to give it to him immediately. Take a few minutes. That's how you train the child, that not everything has to be right now. So the more experience he'll get in this, he'll know if he tells mommy, it's not going to be right away. So he will learn to be patient. The kids of today, do they have any patience?
No. Adults also have.
It's a problem. That's the problem. Because we don't have patience, so they also don't have patience. So we have to help the children. We have to help them. They cannot do it on their own. We are the helpers. The what? That they get into a habit to clean, to brush their teeth, to go to sleep on time. We have to be the trainers. And we have to discipline them so they'll get into routine also. So what? How can we help them? We have to implement, we have to come up with rules that make sense. Many times we're doing at home rules that don't make sense, and the kids, they cannot take it. When you take a child to a school that is starting at 6 o'clock in the morning,
No.
why not?
Take the child at 6 a.m. to the school? I didn't get the question.
Are you willing to put your kids in a school that they're starting the day at 6 o'clock in the morning?
No, that's very hard.
Why not?
Because it's harder for the parent to get the kid up.
Hard for us to get up and get ready and take this.
Why
Makes
us?
sense.
Is it
How
an
about
older
the
child,
kid?
Rav?
Ma,
Is it for an older child, Rav?
for a child 8 years old,
It's too early for the child.
The child needs its sleep.
so you don't like it?
No.
No.
No. So here we go. Parents that the children already 11, 12, they decided the time to go to sleep is 8 o'clock. The kids, what, 8 o'clock? And the parents says, no, 8 o'clock you have to go to sleep. So it was a constant war zone. And the kids did not stop. Because the time that the parents set up 8 o'clock is too early for this kind of age. That's good for 5 years old. And they see months pass through and another month, and the kids don't want to do it. How do you fix this problem? Do you have any idea?
With making a chart, Rav, and initiatives to motivate them.
Can you motivate a child to go to school at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, I thought you meant, I'm sorry, Rav, sleeping. I lost you, I'm sorry.
Make a child make, I don't know what. It's impossible. So the parents finally, they went for advice. And the advisor was good. And he told them, make a meeting with everybody, with the kids, and let's hear what time they want to go to sleep. And together they came to an outcome that it's better to push the time of the sleep by 1 hour. 9 o'clock, we can see. 9:30. But at least we'll let the kid also, it was not. It didn't make any sense that by 8 o'clock they'll go to sleep. So now when everybody agreeing that this is the time to go to sleep, do you gonna have any problems?
No, because you discussed it as a group.
No,
You put it up together. It's a plan.
good. So if the child is 5 years old and you know that they need sleep, so 7:30, 8 o'clock, that's it. Finish. Nothing to talk about. But when the kids get older, you have to discuss with them. Let's agree, and we don't have to tell you by 9 o'clock, 9:30, we want everybody in bed. That's all. And that's it. Even our sages are saying, אין גוזרים גזרה על הציבור, אלא אם כן יכולים לעמוד בה. Our sages did not come with any decree that they knew that the public will not be able to stand by it. Because they're going to make everybody a sinner, and they didn't weigh the details. Not everybody can do that. It's a decree, it's not something from the Torah. They want to implement something. So when our sages came up with decrees, they knew that most of the people will be able to take it. Otherwise, they will not do it. Because it doesn't make sense. I hope that all the rules that you're implementing at home, they're making sense. So maybe if you see that the children are resisting time after time after time, maybe the gzera is too much. Maybe the decree is too much, the child cannot take it. So we have to reassess the situation. And I hear, and my mother once told me 6:30, my children are in bed, 6:30. How many hours can they sleep? That's too much. That's number one. When we want to implement things, they have to make sense. Number two, when we're setting boundaries, are we taking it seriously, or we good for 1 day or 2 days and then we caving in?
Usually for 1 or 2 days and then we cave in. We don't put in the effort.
No. So how are we going to implement discipline? How? Here we go. A parent's talking to a child. Shlomo, every morning you have to fix up your bed. I see that you don't care, and I see it as something very severe. I don't like it. And I'm demanding for you to start fixing your bed every morning. But it's okay for you not to listen to me. What's wrong over here?
She's saying it's okay if you're not listening to me.
You're doubting yourself, your boundary.
It sounds like an oxymoron. The parent is saying to the child, it's okay not to listen to me. Sounds like a fairy tale.
No, I demand, but it's okay.
It's confusing the
If-
child, Rav.
So why you demanding if it's okay not to listen to you?
I don't know.
This called a mixed message. Meaning that's who we are. We want things from the children and then we let it go. Meaning what? I'm demanding, but it's okay if you're not going to listen to me. Why? Because I'm not going to react. So you're mixing up the child, Miskin. Is it serious what you're saying, or I can do whatever I want to? The children hears what? We're demanding from you to listen to us, but we're permitting you not to listen to us. Is that normal? Not at all.
No.
So why we don't stick to our guns? Many times it's difficult to make sure that the children will do what we want from them, because it takes from us a lot of investment and effort. But for crying out loud, this is for the chinuch of your children. You have to be consistent. Consistent. We know a family that they said from 2 to 4, you're not going outside because people are resting between 2 to 4. You're not going out because we don't want you to make noise outside. Ima even, she gave up on her resting time just to make sure that the kids are not going out. And the kids saw that. I'm sure that she went through very hard days, tiring days, difficult days because she didn't have the rest that she needed. It was much easier if she can send the kids outside and she can go to sleep. But this smart lady understood that she has also obligation to the rules that she implemented. Between 2 to 4, you're not going out. But who is going to force these laws? If she's going to give up or she's going to give in to implement the law, anytime that she is tired or is difficult, what message she's sending to the child? For one side, you cannot go downstairs. From the other side, you're allowed to disobey what I said. when the child knows that the parents are very much particular and they don't let it happen, I promise you, I'll sign your paper. Okay? The child will take it seriously. And he knows with this, I don't play any games. If you decided on time that the children are going to sleep, make sure to be home on time. Serve dinner on time. Everything has to be on time, and the child going to sleep on time, no matter what it is. You have a wedding, you have occasions, you have to go gym, you have to go there. Everything can wait. The children, they pick it up because I have to implement the laws that I came up with. So now, if you allow yourself, I have to go to the wedding. Why? Because I have to take pictures. If the pictures in the wedding are more important than the chinuch of your children, so what are you complaining about? So you go later on to the wedding, nothing will happen, don't worry, but at least the kids saw you dressed and say, I'm not going, I want to see you in bed, you fall asleep, and then I will go. That's how you implement the boundaries. Are we doing so?
Not necessarily.
No. So why are we complaining? Why are we complaining that the kids are not disciplined? Where are the one who is in charge on the discipline? Now, how many parents sending the kids late to the school? Anybody home?
Yes, Rav. It depends on when the parent wakes up.
No, depends. How many times our kids coming late to the classroom?
A lot.
What we teaching the kids?
It's okay to be late. You don't have to be on time. It's not important.
That the rules of the school is worthless.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes
then
they get ready late, not the parents. They don't listen.
you're staying home. You cannot go late to the school. Why? Because the school have a rules. Are we keeping the rules? How many times you see kids, they're coming into the classroom way after time, like nothing happened. So that's why they're not going to take school seriously. Because my parents don't take the school seriously. And then whose fault is this? The yeshiva's fault. The yeshiva should come up with the rule. If you're planning to come late, don't come at all. This, yes. For this, I will vote for it.
Kvod Harav, the kids doesn't see it as a punishment for them to stay home. It's great.
At home, also, I will not gonna let him play with their phones or everything else. I say, no, Habibi. But he will nudge you, drive you crazy. So after all, we are not doing our job. We have to admit. Malasot. At least now we know where is the problem.
Rav,
Yeah.
if we're strict with chinuch at home and we get called meanie by our children, should we get offended?
Well, I didn't get the question.
I said, if we're very strict at home with chinuch, and because of that, our children call us a meanie, like they say, Ime, you're such a meanie, should we get offended?
No,
Or should it be a compliment for us that we're doing the right thing?
you're doing the right thing. How old are they?
I have different ages. I have 12, I have 10, I have 7, I have 6, almost 16, different ages.
16 is already different. This we have to talk. But underage, yeah,
Right.
this is the reaction that we expecting, yes.
And so it's okay for them to slam doors shut and to get upset and to
Wild
talk.
animal. Wild animal.
Mhm. Part of the process of growing up.
Yeah. Yes.
Mhm. Rav, also another question. Let's say if on Shabbat I told my son that he can't go to shul the next morning because he went to bed late, because he wasn't going to bed on time when his ima told him to go, and he ends up still going to shul. Is it okay to tell the child not to go to shul? Because I heard that we're not supposed to use religion as a consequence for chinuch. But I wasn't
How old is the child?
7.
Well, why punishing with the shul? Why?
I'm not really using shul as a punishment. I just want him to know that if he's gonna go to bed past 10 o'clock or past 10:30, because Shabbat does start late. By the time they come home from shul, by the time my husband says
Okay.
it's late until we finish eating the meal now. So I told him that if he's not gonna go to bed right after he finishes eating, he's gonna have to wake up very early because my husband goes early minyan. They start like at 8 o'clock. So I know that now he's complaining before going to bed tonight that he's not feeling well. And I know that usually happens if he goes to bed late and he wakes up earlier the next morning, his body is not going to be able to function well. He's going to get sick and he's not going to feel good. So I'm not usually really using the shul as a consequence. I'm just telling him that this is what's going to happen to you. So it's best if you don't go to shul and you sleep.
Why you have to do it? Let them go to Friday. Anyway, it's a treat day, okay? The sleeping time is different. Everything is different. If you wake up in the morning, okay. If not, okay.
Right. So if he still went when I was sleeping, that's okay. Like I should let him get away with it.
But don't say that tomorrow you're not going to shul.
No, I didn't tell him that. I said to him, if you're not going to go to sleep now, you're going to have a hard time waking up to shul. And I was surprised he was able to wake up.
Good, good. So that will show you when he wants, he can do it.
Right. But then later on, he doesn't feel good.
Go to sleep.
Mhm.
Let him feel the consequence on his own, you know. Nothing will happen to him.
I feel like even the older kids, when you when you advise them and they do get the consequence, I feel like they're not learning from it. They keep repeating the consequence. They keep repeating it.
Good. Until one day they're gonna get boom, and that's it.
So when they complain to me with their complaints because of the consequence, should I just listen to them, or can I tell them, well, you didn't listen to me, so now you
No,
have to.
don't say this. Don't say, well, I understand you. I feel for you.
So I should just validate them.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rav.
Okay. So. Now, why the kids are not behaving in school? Because who knows what we're saying at home? The school is not so good, and the Rabbi is this, and the child hear all this. So mainly I feel I can do whatever I want, even my parents say. And yet, the school have rules.
That's the worst thing you can say, I think, Rabbi.
Of course, the school have rules, and we're not keeping the rules of the yeshiva. Parents asking me, should I buy my child a phone? I say, what the yeshiva says. The child going to a certain yeshiva. What's the rules of the yeshiva? All of us have to follow it. So the kids get idea that the yeshiva is the main thing, and they have rules, and we all have to obey to it. I'll buy you a phone, don't take it to school. Mazin. What did you do? So we're teaching them how to cheat. That's a chinuch. The answer should be, and the same thing to the girls that they want to wear tights, or I don't want this, it's too long. But this is, first of all, what Hashem wants, and this is what the yeshiva have rules. So all of us have to obey the rules. So you take yourself out of the jam. The yeshiva have rules on their own, and they know what they're doing. So by the kids behaving in school, we know already what's going on in the house. So now, when we coming to implement a new rule, for example, from now on, now you can go home and say, you know what, 8 o'clock will be time to sleep. And it's making sense. They able to take it, and that's it. Now, if this is what you decided, you're gonna stand there every day until it will get to routine. The children know, zeu, nothing to talk about. Don't forget the parents is a figure. Authority figure. The parents are the authority. So act like authority. Our kids want to know that they can rely on us. They need confidence from us. When they see that we are insisting and we're standing there to say, oh, there is somebody to lean on. There's somebody to protect us. The parents knows what they're doing. So they will believe in you. So every new rule that will come in, they'll know that the parents means business and it's good for them. Aren't we know this declaration? I don't want to be a policeman, or I don't want to be the policewoman, but you're making me be the police. Did you hear it once?
Yes. Yes, Rav.
Yes, right? I don't want to be a police, but you're making me be one. This is a mistake. You are the policeman. They don't have to make you to be a police. You are the police. But who said that police is a bad person? Angry person? Or aggressive? The police is coming to do what? Is representative of the law. And the shoter and the policeman has to be stay on the topic. A nice one, right? He can tell you, you know, Be'emet, I feel sorry that I have to give you a ticket, but that's the law. Next time you have to be more careful, huh? Yes? He's saying it in a nice way, you know. And you understand that he is representing the law. This is how we have to be at home. You the police, yes. Yes. Why? There is rules that everybody has to follow. Everything is. Be precise, but with a smile. Can you do it?
Yes, we'll do it.
Huh? Or you gonna come?
That method doesn't work, Rav. Put the finger.
No, not at all.
Waste of time.
Not at all. It's mamash a shame to see him. I have to chase after a child. Bana, come here. I'm going to show you. It's like the police have to chase after a criminal. They don't want to sleep, right? They say, we're going to sleep. I don't want to. We're going to sleep. That's it. With a very nice, charming voice, lat. Tzadikel, we're going to sleep, Motek. Okay. I understand you don't like it. Do you like to get a ticket? No. But that's the rule. We know that. If you're going to do this, you see how things will change. Oh, it will change. Because this is your mission in life. To give chinuch to these small donkeys that Hashem sent us. When they will grow up, they know what discipline means. Understood?
Yes, Rav.
Yeah? Okay. Our time is up. It's late already. I want to wish you Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov, Rabbi.
And I'll see you tomorrow night in Mirza Hashem.
Shavua Tov.
Thank you.